happens with Twitch.
Okay, let me switch screens.
Looks like you're live.
Oh, you're live.
Okay. And on top of that, OBS seems to think I'm on live, which seems like a really quick.
You can and pull it off. You know what I mean?
I mean, I was talking about Merkins, so.
Oh dear.
Right, Merkins.
Sorry, what's a Merkin?
I'd love to explain.
Oh,
This is the second
I'll lay out
time
on that one.
Merkin has come up in conversation with us on stream. No less.
A Merkin is something that they used on the set of The Big Lebowski to make Jeff Bridges smile in one of the tripping out scenes.
George is trying to talk to his chat.
That's a good bit of trivia.
Okay, Frisco Pinball coming up with is that what a Merkin is?
Yeah.
It is. They were in fashion in like the 1600s because of the lice problem.
So they probably had to shave and then wear it, do Got it.
Correct. It was
Yeah.
it was the powdered wig thing and the Merkin.
This
I thought that was
conversation this conversation got way better than my 5 questions for the night. I feel like
Aren't you glad I showed up?
yes. So, really quick recap on who we have in the stream. We have Dance Panda, aka Jay-Z. We have iSkidoo. We have Joe Hills. We have Sammy Higgins. We have Tracy from Outer Spacey, and now Surreal_7. Everyone, welcome.
Hello.
Oh, howdy.
So Merkin. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, can Surreal change his name to Merkin Expert?
Sorry, what about a Merkin expert?
Yeah, Surreal, aka Merkin Expert.
Got it. New nickname.
Because I have a few doesn't make me an expert.
They call those Patriot.
Yeah, Merkin, not Martin.
Right. You're in Merkin. You need to speak Merkin.
Okay.
I think Surreal did the best thing for fixing it. It's like when you tell the mechanic something's wrong with your car and he comes and looks at it and the thing stops making a noise.
That's the best way to fix things sometimes.
And then the other mechanics stand around making inappropriate jokes until you awkwardly just enjoy your fixed car.
Thus the Merkin.
Charging for their time.
Oh, that would be
Wait, I can charge for this?
No, you did. You just said, well, it's fine. We are the ones that charge.
Right. But the thing that I would charge for is knowing when to say it.
Yes.
Well,
Like
looks
the
like we
doctor who pops his head into your room.
Looks like we got good mood George back. Welcome back, George.
Yes, thank you. I don't
Okay,
like
then I make
technical
George happy.
difficulties. Yes.
Did I miss bad news or bad mood, George?
He's
Oh,
getting a little
wow.
frustrated.
As bad news as, or as bad mood as he gets.
Like, was that really a bad mood?
No, I don't think you were
No.
in a bad mood. I think you were just resigned
just-
to the fact that the stream wasn't going well from a tech standpoint. And I've been there too. Like especially when I first moved here, I had all sorts of problems with the internet. And the Comcast guys were like, maybe it's something with one of your neighbors. They might be turning something on that's not shielded properly at awkward times. And I'm like, okay, so what should I do about that? Like, do I need to build some sort of complicated RF interference machine? Or just start knocking on doors with an aluminum bat? Like, what is the what's
Cage
the
around
solve?
your.
That's illegal.
Have you
Look at a
built a
Faraday
Faraday cage around your house?
Right. Thank you for pulling that out. I was trying to think of what the term was for like an RF protection device.
Yeah, the problem is that they were like, no, the unshielded device, it wasn't radio that was like interfering with the Wi-Fi. They're like, yeah, it seems like somebody just has like a faulty old television they jacked directly into the cable network without the proper RF shielding on the cable line. So they're just blowing interference up the pipe.
That's so weird.
Diode would fix that.
It was very frustrating because yeah, they're like, there's not much we can do unless we catch them doing it. And I'm like, I'm so glad that I pay for business class internet so that you come out here to tell me that every time. This is a great use of both of our mornings, like repeatedly. Thanks.
It's a whole new class of criminal that maliciously takes the RF shielding off of their televisions.
So, George, I don't think we got answers on the candy questions from, I think, 3 people in here.
Oh, really? Oh, that's right. We have 3 new people.
I just got off
Candy, you
work,
say?
so there's candy involved.
Yes. So, what was the question? The question was, be it a Starburst or a Dum Dum, what is your favorite flavor?
And George is going to mail it to you.
What?
I'm just kidding.
That was by far the worst multi-ball I think I've ever seen. Just throwing that out there. But it's fine because we have internet.
I don't think I can answer to this because I think the only thing that's sweet that I like is chocolate, and that just doesn't work in this scenario.
Okay.
You ever had chocolate covered gummy bears or just the regular gummy bears?
Those
Oh
are good.
man, chocolate covered gummy bears are the
I've never had
best.
that.
I have never had
Very
it.
tasty.
Yeah.
I didn't know that existed.
I also did not know that existed.
I'm learning a lot
You're
of
out
new
here
things
with
today.
Starburst and you're blowing your minds with chocolate-covered gummy bears.
I learned a lot about all the different candy types when I worked at the movie theater. Because we had those big bins where you had the scoops, and people would just come in and scoop it by the pound or by the quarter pound. It was like $7.50 per quarter pound. It was insanely priced. And that was like in '97, so it was crazy.
Fire Peanut says they've had gummy bears dissolved into vodka, which sounds interesting.
I tried that once. It was not very good. I did for a Halloween party one year. It was pretty nasty.
Yeah.
I forget it was Skittles.
When I had that, oh, go on.
Oh, how many regular Starburst flavors are there? 3?
Four.
What's the 4th?
Cherry, orange, strawberry, and lemon.
Oh, okay.
Watermelon
Is there not a-
too?
All right, so
Italy?
red.
Oh,
clearly.
watermelon would be the one.
Red is cherry, yep. Is your favorite?
Red is the best, but if we're talking about Dum Dum flavors, that comes in everything.
Right, but what do you like? Is there one that sticks out?
I like the mystery flavors where they're actually changing the flavor in the machine.
There you go.
And it comes out, and it's just whatever.
I
And it
like
always
the
tastes like root beer.
Oh, that's me. I like
Yeah,
the
root beer's
Dum
good.
Dums.
Root beer's good.
I like
I like root beer. I like cotton candy.
And
I also like cotton candy.
Sorry, what was that, Surreal?
I also like cotton candy. I'm not afraid to say it.
I actually don't like cotton candy in general.
Pineapple too.
Ooh, pineapple is really good.
Yeah, I always wondered, like, what's those little hash marks on the thing? And then I figured out it was a pineapple, but it just wasn't represented very well from the packaging.
The other alternative is to use Skittles, says Higher Peanut, then filter the grit out with filter paper. Oh, I'm assuming to soak them in vodka.
Yeah, so here's the thing, is like I went to a late night screening of the film Rubber at our local independent theater, and they always have a custom mixed drink. And so the custom mixed drink for Rubber was that they made you a vodka like lemonade with a bunch of gummies in it. And you know what? Infusing the gummies, bad idea, but just throwing a bunch of gummies into a drink with vodka and sugar anyway, little bit of citric acid, not a terrible drink. Pretty okay. I thought it was interesting. I mean, the film was bizarre, so
Really?
why not have a weird drink?
Was Rubber the one about the killer tire?
Yeah, it's a killer tire that uses its psychic powers to kill people throughout the American Midwest.
I never saw that, but I heard
That
about
sentence
it.
was a wild ride from
happened.
start to finish.
I would have thought maybe lemonade and licorice.
I'm just
I'm one of those weird people that actually likes black licorice.
I love black licorice.
Hey, I'm in great company. Thank you guys.
Higher Peanut, I don't know what Fajoya lumps are. Sounds interesting.
There was a prickly pear cotton candy margarita at Meow Wolf in New Mexico that was darn tasty.
Oh, I can't wait to check out Meow Wolf.
You should definitely check out Meow Wolf.
The one in New Mexico is
Mexico,
based
that
off
sounds
of
good.
the old Red
Original.
Yeah.
Am I the only one that mixes Starburst? I usually mix the strawberry and cherry and then the orange and lemon.
When you say mix them, what do you mean?
I mean, eat two at the same time.
Oh, I can barely eat one at the same time, so I'm not a good example here.
I
I'll
definitely
eat
do
two
not
at the
mix.
same
I did in
time, but they have
half.
to
I'm
be
gonna
the same
Frankenstein
flavor.
them.
Oh, Frankenstein, okay.
You weren't here when I discussed it earlier, but when I was a kid, I used to take like the 4 different flavors and hold them in my hand until they were kind of soft, and then I would just press them into a ball and roll it, and then I would eat it like a munchkin or something like that.
I do that with Reese's Pieces.
Oh yeah.
Fast way
So
to lose
basically,
weight.
you made Starburst suicides.
Starburst Suicide. Wow, you guys have great
you
names
never,
for these
you
too.
never made suicides at the it's where you go to the soft drink self-serve thing, and you just put in everything.
There you
Nope.
go. Yeah.
And they're disgusting. But yes, we did it all the time.
They're fine. They just taste like root beer.
One of them is always overpowering the others.
Yes.
So
Just make
it
sure.
It's
Does that mean it's like
the
the-
non-adult King's Cup?
Oh, I totally know King's Cup though. That's the card game where you have to put a different drink. You put a bit of your drink into the middle, and whoever
Yeah.
loses at the end has to drink it.
Yeah, I lost one of those. It was the worst experience, the worst alcohol experience of my life.
Well, that
Speaking
sounds
of
fun.
drinks.
Let's do that.
Speaking of drinks, George, can you remind us what you're consuming?
Oh yeah.
Oh, so I am. Oh my God, this game is hating me tonight. So I am drinking. Switch that over there. That is more of the Washington apple in reverse from Crown Royal.
Jealous. I need to find that.
7%. It's so good. If you can find it, it is amazing. Jay-Z, are you also drinking this?
I cannot mute button on my picture. Darn it. Yes, I am. I am also drinking Crown Apple, Crown Royal Washington Apple, 7% alcohol with Canadian whiskey, apple, and cranberry juice.
And the reason I brought that up is because, Sammy, everyone I have gotten to try this has been like sold.
So when we were in Nashville, Queen Dark Lady made a drink with the Crown Royal something apple, and we mixed it with, gosh, I think Queen Dark Lady is here, so she can correct me. But she mixed it with something, and it was like the best drink that I've had in a long time.
I don't know if I had
made
that.
some moonshine one time, and it was called apple cider moonshine, and I swear it didn't taste like alcohol at all. And you could just drink it like it was like apple drink or something, and you get smashed. You get smashed.
I was gonna say, I think
sounds
that might be
dangerous.
called apple pie moonshine.
That might be what you get.
Because it's
that
not
sounds
just
like
the
it.
cider element, it's got kind of this weird, sugary flakiness to it that really cuts through a lot of the alcohol.
I
just
made
don't even
that one
taste
for
the alcohol.
Christmas. Yep, I made it. I made like 32 gallons of it for Christmas one year and gave it away.
Holy moly.
That's
Oh
it?
my god.
You have to get a distiller's license?
Right?
I mean, I bought the Everclear.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't want to make people go blind.
Oh god,
but
Everclear.
Yeah,
You don't get a license for moonshine.
That's the point.
and what you do is you boil the apple pie spice with the apple cider, and then you honeymoon sticks, and then when that thoroughly cools, then you mix it with the Everclear, and then you bottle it, and you let it, ferment for 11 days, and and like obscene amounts of sugar.
Yeah, it's a lot of sugar.
Wait, you said 11 days? Is that just like the amount of time you had, or is that like a specific guideline that you have to make moonshine?
I mean, it was just the recipe that I had, days. So I made it before Christmas. Gave everybody a giant 32-ounce jar. I may have overestimated because I had alcohol for a very long time. Everybody drinking alcohol.
Yeah, it was really good. So if you have not had that, I definitely recommend it.
Yeah, I gave you, George, a couple bottles, and then at that time, somebody's cousin gave you guys a couple bottles.
Yep.
Apple cider whiskey coming out of your ears that year.
Oh yeah, we had a ton of apple cider. I mean, we drank it all, which I feel like was the most surprising part of that.
Does this company make other blends of like different varieties of apples, like Cortland or Macintosh or Granny Smith, or is it just like ones?
Right?
Say it again?
They make peach, right?
Yeah, they have a peach sweet tea, and then there was a third option. It was like a Crown and RC Cola. Oh my god, this mode with the guy
Get
saying
extra scores tonight, though, right?
that's not score. I just want to get to save Xandar. I really don't care about the score. I want to get to the point where I can just get rid of this game. And to do that, I need to get to save Xandar. Oh my god, are you kidding?
Is this one that you own or it's borrowed?
This is owned.
Okay, so you're trying to unload it?
Yes.
This is borrowed from Joe Hills.
Sure, yeah. Squalito, welcome to the stream. I missed what you said. Yes, I do want to sell this one. This was a. I never got to save Xandar, and I wanted to get it again, so that way I could actually get to it.
I mean, this is a really fun game for kids to practice on because of the different modes. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you might have played it out, but have you gotten to play it much with your kid?
No, Zobug hasn't. I can't. I feel like I can't get her super into pinball right now at all, and it's just because we have. It's a bad excuse. We just have too many other toys. I feel like she's just too spoiled right now to between the Switch and RC cars. Oh my god, that is how this game is treating me every single time I play it. One mode, then lose a ball.
Put in your 1 hour pinball before you can have time on the Switch.
Right?
Right.
You know, and then we went and did the bicycle and the skateboard thing, and she's loving her skateboard. There's just, I can't, even though it's like here in the house, you have to walk through the pinball machines to get going. She so rarely ever plays unless her friends come over and her friends are like, oh my god, it's pinball, I want to play. And then she's like, oh, let me show you how to play pinball. And that's her 8-year-old self trying to show the you know, like the 6 and the 10-year-olds how to play pinball.
Did she blow it up at that point?
You know, she's played TNA a decent amount, and that's kind of her go-to game. But she has not seen Guardians of the Galaxy yet, so I think maybe thematically that's another reason why. And Jedi McMuffin, no, I did not win yet. But we haven't broke the internet or OBS again since then. So that's a positive.
Oh, hey, I see your shout out thing there. When you use the word to, like Tom Bien, not as like a oh gosh.
No.
Yeah,
it should be TOO. But
yeah. In
my defense, I just stopped using the one that I built, and I used a pre-built one that StreamerBot suggested. And I switched over tonight because there's a bunch of pre-made StreamerBot integrations with Twitch that you can do, and it's just what they allow you to export an action sequence and tie in to an event, and it ends up coming through. Hi, Surreal. And it ends up coming through as like almost like an encrypted JSON web token, and you copy and paste it in, and it builds it out inside of StreamerBot. It's a really cool feature. All of that to say, I would never make that mistake, Joe, because I correct everyone else on missing too.
No, that's fine, because I'm also like, oh my gosh, it's after midnight. I'm like, what's the word for preposition? I was. Thank you for saving me, because I was just gonna drown in not remembering the word preposition. Thank you.
No, oh my God, I have to. Okay, did you know that they stream too? Now I got to double check everything. They're pretty fun to watch. I'm just gonna. You don't even have to say as well. They're pretty fun to watch. And then the next one is you should give them a follow over at where they were last playing game. Done. Save. Awesome. So now when we do a shout out, that happens. Ooh, speaking about that, I did some other fun things today, which is, nope, not doing the smelling salts. I don't know if anyone's seen this one. I did, is it gonna work? Awkward colors for a little bit. Jedi McMuffin. And then it should set it all back. Okay, great. We went back, and here was the other fun one that I came up with earlier today. Oh, which is honestly an oldie but a goldie. But I tied in light changes as well, which would be black and white. It got there eventually.
Ooh, I came back.
I'm a big fan of the Luma.
Yeah. And what else did we get going here? Oh, so yeah, I brought back the Screaming Sun, but it does a little bit more. I'm not going to show that one because that's awesome. And then the Smelling Salt. Oh, thank you, Surreal.
Did you say you had gotten the light bars on your wall to interact with the other lights? Or no?
Yep. So none of us can hear.
In this angle.
I'm grateful I can't hear the Screaming Sun.
Yeah, we can't hear the Screaming Sun.
Oh, I turned up the stream. It's so good.
I think I can hear it from somebody else that's on the call.
Luma
that made me so happy.
I want you to add like bumper nugget screaming walking into your place that one time. In place of the Screaming Sun.
I should make that his intro.
Jedi McMuffin says, "Can you hear the screams, Clarice?"
No, thankfully.
George, you said your daughter was playing like RC cars, right? Do you ever go to RC car racing and stuff? I used to do that when I was younger. My daughter was really into it, and I would do it every now and then too.
It's we used to have that out here. So the RC car stuff is just the new Nintendo Switch AR stuff we were talking about last stream.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like actual.
No,
Sorry,
but no. But still, what's interesting? I never. Oh my god, I missed the flipper. That's totally my fault. But the I mean, it's all my fault because I'm the one playing here. But it's interesting you bring that up because there used to be a cool hobby store in town that did RC and planes and eventually drones, but I don't know if they went out of business or if they moved someplace else, but they used to do RC car racing in the parking lot every weekend. And it was one of those, like, I stopped by and watched it a few times and been like, man, this seems like the kind of thing you could really get into. So I never ended up doing it, but it was always one of those bucket list items. Like, I think I would really enjoy RC car racing.
Do it.
That was big around my area in the 90s. Some place not too far on the outskirts of town had built this big dirt track with like a stand for people to operate their thing and look down over the track, and had like hills and berms and all these different crazy things. Somebody had built some elaborate setup for people to go race RC cars, but I never got into it either.
Yeah, we had like a dirt track, and I lived in Florida. And they would hold competitions and stuff there. And then also, my dad was really into like race cars and like BMWs and stuff, and he'd force us to go along with him all the time to the conventions. And I was not very interested in that, but they did have like RC car races there as well that all the kids were involved in, and that was pretty fun.
Oh, so in the racing. Like when you would go to car racing, there would be RC car racing there?
Well, like you would go to certain, like it would be like his Pinball Expo, I guess.
Okay.
And one of the events, the side events there was for kids to race RC cars.
I was more into like HO scale, like train sets and all the different stuff you could build around it and all the little buildings you could buy.
Cute.
A lot of money you can spend on that stuff.
Oh yeah. I used to paint miniatures a lot for Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh wow.
Nice. Do you have like a 3D printer? You should do that stuff right now.
No. That is the one reason I've always wanted a 3D printer, but it just never felt like I would actually use it to do anything useful. Like it always seemed like one of those expenses, like one of these days I'll totally pick one up when they become cheaper and work consistently without me having to like fix things. And I think we're well past that. I just have never prioritized actually picking up a 3D printer.
I can attest that as soon as you do, you find 1,000 excuses to print something.
Yeah, like for example, the clip on my rice cooker that holds the little paddle broke like the day I got it out of the box. The rest of the rice cooker is great, but I need to like print another little clip. And you know what? I still haven't bought the 3D printer. It's been like 4 years since that clip broke. But in the back of my head, I'm like, that's the first thing I'm gonna do is print this 95-cent part with this brand new expensive 3D printer.
Doing that, they have a makerspace in town where you can have access to industrial 3D printers that are like laser, super high-end stuff. You pay like $15 to go in and utilize their equipment instead of buying one yourself.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have one where you guys are at, but I feel like that's a really good compromise.
When the first one opened up in Nashville, I was trying to describe it to one of my friends. I'm like, it's like a gym, but for tools. And he's like, you mean just a gym? And I'm like, no, because you rent the tools instead of the gym equipment. Okay, I get it.
A really good description for a makerspace, actually.
You're such a tool.
It took me way too long to get that joke. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, George. I was going to say, if you want to do a model painting stream sometime, you know, I do paint minis on stream occasionally. We can hop on Discord. You have good cameras and lights and stuff. You know, obviously it wouldn't be a replacement for one of your pinball nights, but like if you ever just like, hey, I got some extra time around the holidays and Zoe's with her mom, like, you know,
want to
there's a
paint
good chance
some.
my kid might be with the other side of the family too. Like we could do a hangout, you know?
Oh my god, I'm in. It's been too long. Like I used to have all the gear. I had the multi-level thing that holds all the different paints on like multi-spinning like platters, and I had the like 18 different. Oh, sorry, what?
I was just making up hyper carousel, but it sounds plausible.
No, it sounds, yeah, no. The hyper carousel, I had the hyper carousel. I had like 18 different brushes. I had, I was like constantly watching videos on like how to dry brush appropriately and what situations you would do a wet brush situation, when you want to add shadows. It was just, yeah, there was a time when I was really, really into it, and it's been entirely too long. So yeah, I think there's justification for doing it again and maybe putting some, you always have plenty of player character. I feel like, characters to choose from, but never enough NPCs for when you're running an adventure. So that at some point later in the D&D world of miniatures and role-playing, when I started DMing a lot, I realized that I need like regular townspeople and not so much monsters or anything like that. Like I need like 30 or 40 different townspeople in different situations. And that's what I want to spend my time, I feel like, mini painting, is to make sure that I have enough to fill up a bar situation, or when something is attacking a house, I have minis that can represent the people in the house, as opposed to using other monsters, which is what I've often had to use before, to represent this like standard non-magical NPCs. So I'm in.
Fancy Feet Paul has arrived.
Bumper Nugget. Hey, speaking about Dungeons and Dragons, we just finished up League last week, which I could not attend, but I had a really, really good work meeting that went on till a little after midnight. But that means that we've got several weeks right now where we have nothing tentatively planned for Wednesdays. Also, this is not going well. I'm just, me hitting Save Xandar is really, really unlikely. Also,
I feel like you've already had the victory of the night, so by getting your internet to work.
Internet functional. I'm right there with you. I think that is absolutely a massive victory. I mean, it'd be great if I could beat the game too, but
Oh yeah.
that's like having your.
I mean, it's a hard game to beat, though. Like, I mean, even just getting to Cherry Bomb was a real challenge for me. I maybe hit that 4 or 5 times the entire time I owned it. You know, or not owned it, rented it. Sorry.
Oh my god, no.
In my apartment. No, you owned it the whole time, George. I'm not trying to take that from you, sorry.
Oh my god, it's fine. I got what you were saying.
I was wishful thinking.
Yeah. There we go. Get that last one. Did we get there? Did we get it? Did we get it? Were we even close? Am I getting to Yaka era? I made it. That last shot. The grace periods on this are great. Not good. There we go. Thank you. Thank you. You know, I'm working on those saves. I call them slide saves, I guess.
You'll put a tilt bob in those machines, though, George, one day.
There is a tilt bob in this machine, and it is set very high.
There's a tilt bob, and I call it off.
All right, I'll take that nudge. Oh no. Sure, we'll do that too. Whew, this might be it. This might be the one. So next question is, if you could be a master at something, what would it be?
Burning.
Burning?
Earning money.
Oh, a master at earning money. Got it.
No, learning.
Oh,
Educating myself.
Yeah, I would totally choose that as well.
That's a good one.
I think master crane operators make a lot of money.
They
and
do.
You only spend like 8 hours a week actually operating a crane, and the other 32 hours a week in like a training sim. And I already spend like 32 hours a week in training sims called Minecraft. So it'd be great if I could I think that like master crane operators make like 700 to 850 grand a year. Like that'd be fantastic. I mean, there's like 6 of these jobs in New York City, but like if you can get them, that's a good job.
Yeah.
I go with master electrician.
Yeah, I think they call that supply and demand. Right? There's not a lot of demand for it, so it's super, super expensive. Maybe. I don't know.
Oh, you're talking about the crane operator thing?
Yes.
Now, Joe, do you have any interest in actually operating a crane? Like, was that...
I mean, no, but all the things that I want to be good at are not going to pay me anything for mastery, and so I might as well like do a few years of crane operation in Manhattan, make bank, and then go practice other stuff and eventually get good at it. That's going to never make me anything.
Yeah, you're not going to tell them no.
Ah. I don't know, there's... Have you ever backed up an RV by any chance?
No.
No, and you know, I'm sure crane operation is way harder, and you're doing
It's a weird
really...
ask.
This is a really convincing way to talk me out of this.
I have backed up like a U-Haul with a trailer attached to it.
There you go. Okay, cool. Yeah. No, that's kind of what I'm getting at though. Like, it's almost like a dexterity-based game, except the consequences are so real, right? Like that's kind of what crane operation I feel like is all about. It's a can you move it a little bit? Okay, 3D, figure out where it is. I'm going to move it just a bit more. Okay, I'm going to release, and it drops something into a particular position. Like it's almost to me like crane operators specifically have been one of those things that I've never wanted to do, in the same way that I've never wanted to kick field goals for a living on a football team.
Well,
like,
but in fairness, George, the thing is, what if you, the question was, what would you like to have mastery of? I don't know that I would want to do the work to become a master crane operator, but I feel like if I magically was that good at crane operation, that I'm like one of 6 people that can operate a crane 110 stories up in Manhattan, maybe I could apply those skills in other ways, like backing up a U-Haul. But like, I couldn't get from here to there. That's why I picked it, was because it's something that I could never see myself getting to without the magical scenario.
Okay. No. I love it.
About that at all.
Are you
Sounds
saying
Oh my God, that was great.
all of
That
the
was great.
experience I've had playing the crane game at the arcades is not enough experience to get this job?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of population density in Manhattan, and I don't feel like it would be ethically sound of me to accept a job like this with my current level of training.
So you would actually be willing to have a master in living in Manhattan? Is that what you're saying instead?
Yeah, yeah, it would just be really cool to live in Manhattan and get paid a lot of money. And, like, I'd be willing to work 40 hours a week at a job that doesn't particularly interest me to do that. I feel like that would be cool to do for a while, because that's really different from my current experience, which is not leaving Tennessee. And
You'd have to work 80 hours a week to pay for parking.
Gross.
They have subways, so you could take the, or they call it the underground there. I don't know.
Wait,
London.
that's London.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, they're basically the same. They're really far from Tennessee. This is my point, Sammy. I need to get this master crane operator thing so I can become cultured like an adult.
That train operator thing. Oh, go ahead. I see it.
Well, I was gonna say, actually,
Can you do me a favor? Can you actually Google how close England is to you, and then also how close Manhattan is to you? Because I actually want to see how
Manhattan's a lot
close.
closer.
Let me give you my guess. My guess, without Googling it, is that London is 4,106 miles from me, and my guess for New York would be 1,112 miles. And if somebody else wants to punch that into Google and tell me how close I am.
885 to New York. Well, that's to New York. I want to put New York City. Hold on. I'm sure it's the same thing, but yeah, 885. 885 miles.
So I was
And
not
then
close.
London. I'm pretty sure London is not 4,000. Oh no, you were a lot closer with London. 4,183.
Okay.
can you take the subway to London?
Not from Nashville.
No, you can't take any underground train in Nashville. We have a lot of problems. They really don't like the Underground Railroad here. It was a whole thing a while back.
Yes. Good clarification.
One of my pinball buddies recently retired at 55. He was a crane operator in like Massachusetts, Boston area, like on those high rises and stuff for 30 years in the Union. So he must have made pretty good money because he just retired at 55. And he's got a nice pinball collection.
I'll need this. My dad was an accountant for the post office, and he retired at 58.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Good if you can retire that young.
Yeah. That I was thinking about the master crane operator stuff, and I was thinking about like with all the laparoscopic surgeries that doctors are doing. Are we turning doctors into crane operators for our bodies?
You know, that's
to do
actually
that.
the weird thing is I don't know that a master laparoscopic surgeon would make more than a master crane operator.
I mean,
spent more
gynecologists
for
are
school.
pretty good with their money.
Bumper Nugget wants to be a master litigator.
A master litigator. Okay.
In what field? Water law?
Yeah. Which
lawyer
field
or
of law?
I hear bird law is pretty competitive.
Is that what Harvey Birdman's in?
Oh, point.
You would think that, but he actually takes all sorts of cases.
Oh.
Oh, you got that machine where you want it, George?
Yep. I got it where I want it now. I'm good. I'm good.
Making slight judgments.
Gonna want to adjust the camera next.
I swear there's a tilt bob in this.
There is. There we go. Jerry Bob. I'm gonna
There's no wires running
He's
through
starting to
it.
get completely out of frame.
We're good.
There's a tilt bob in there, it just isn't actually hooked up to the mechanics. You know, it's just like
tilt
hanging
bob.
out, not connected to anything else.
A little wire missing. That's okay.
it's so connected. Yeah, I don't. It definitely. Well, I think I'm on a double, right?
I'm gonna send you a little smart Wi-Fi board so we can look it up and use channel redemptions. Verify.
I absolutely.
Go ahead.
No. You go ahead, Sammy.
It's your stream. Go ahead.
Oh my god. No. I'm focusing on playing pinball. So it's totally good.
This is true. I was gonna say, I think finally come up with an answer to the actual question. So I struggle with like visual stuff, like I don't mean like I struggle to see, although I do wear glasses. But like I write about baseball, and I love baseball. I understand the game of baseball, but the one thing that I don't understand is like pitches and the different types of pitches, because I legitimately don't see a difference. So I want to be like somebody who can like actually tell the different types of pitches.
Bravo.
Oh yeah, good job.
Nice.
I really like, there's a part of baseball that I really like, the fact that there are so many different types of pitches. And I feel like I can understand conceptually how they work, but it's one of those, like, when I see it happen, it blows my mind.
Well,
and I find that really, really cool.
That they're throwing like 98 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Right.
Like tiny little thing, so fast with minuscule changes.
And I don't know how much of that is like the neurodivergence part of me, that I just like don't see the difference. I have a lot of like visual spatial like issues because of that, but yeah, there's like a lot of my friends that actually, or my colleagues that actually write about it, like they can watch somebody throw a ball and be like, oh yeah, that's a curveball, or oh yeah, that's a whatever, and I'm like, no, I can't do that visually.
I don't know. I feel like I'm in the same boat. I have no way to tell whatsoever. Granted, I do not watch a lot. I'm sorry?
I'm surprised you haven't gotten a refill tonight.
Oh, of
Drink cam.
Tammy, kinda less MC has a comment about the pitches.
I've read it. I'm not sure what they mean.
The $1 million kind of pitches and the kind of pitches that everybody else throws.
Is that, well, I know what, I've heard of $1 million baby, but never $1 million pitch.
I think like maybe it's a play on words.
Yeah, I was like, I think $1 million baby is a boxing thing, but like,
maybe
all I know about
as in an idea.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
A pitch is an idea.
That was a pretty good one.
Where like Shark Tank came from.
Yeah.
Like, well, and that's how like movies get like that's how movies start. Like they pitch the script first.
Good call.
I think that was my interpretation anyway.
Although Peanut says the bounce isn't favorable today.
It's really not.
No.
Sorry, Sammy, what were you saying?
No. Kindleless says I didn't mean to be that deep. Well, Kindleless, a certain hour of the night, everything starts to take on more meaning, I guess. I don't know.
Deep thoughts with
Deep
Jack
thoughts with Kindleless.
There was a decent bonus there, 555. That was an okay game. Definitely nowhere close to Escher's score of, what was it, 12 billion? He got 6 billion on one shot.
Don't compare yourself to Escher.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
Yeah, I was only kidding with that.
Well, I wasn't. Yeah, look at that, 14.3. Also, what an awesome high score, by the way, there. Grand champion, which was Gilbert Gottfried, JGJ, or GJG.
Nice.
Yeah.
I was going to say something earlier, but I didn't want to be mean.
No. All good.
I was going to say, so when does the Pinball Talent show up?
Ouch.
That you can say anytime.
I do want to say,
be delivered with the tilt bob.
Yeah, right? Oh my God, is here, I'm showing it. There is a tilt bob. It is positioned very well. Like, this is not, it's not a bad tilt bob position.
There's too much ear protection on the tilt bob.
There was a tilt bob when we saran wrapped this thing and sent it your way. Yeah.
Is there a coating of hairspray?
Took pictures for insurance purposes.
Yes, exactly. Insurance don't be watching this, but check that out right there. Tilt Bob
Okay,
exists.
but is that like actually hanging or is that glued in place?
Does it move?
Where does that white wire go?
That's probably a really bad wiring job I did on the headphone thing. Because I originally intended that to be temporary, and then I was like, George, I'm too lazy to take this out. Do you want a free headphone panel? And he's like,
Oh my god.
"Yes."
No. Wait, what? Oh, sorry. That is not related to that. That's
okay.
fine. But this does have the Escher patented ear thingy in here.
I was literally gonna ask you about that because that seems really cheaty.
But no. It's not supposed to stop you, it from moving initially. It's slow. So notice we're not doing anything right now, and that's still swinging. That's
Right,
what.
That's part of pinball. You've changed an element of pinball by making it not swing back and forth. You have no real risk after, usually if you do a move like too soon after your initial move, you have the problem of it moving back and forth so much that you could really take a chance of tilting. But by eliminating that risk, you're changing how difficult it is to play, I think.
I don't disagree, but look at it is still moving around quite a bit right now.
It could take like a minute and a half.
My goodness, a pendulum that moves for an extended period of time. What do we
Let's
do
move
as a
past
society?
this. We're good.
Oh,
We're good.
You are on hard floors, so that definitely
wait.
helps.
I heard Manu's
up,
song for a
Manu?
second.
Howdy, Manu.
It's Manu's. That sound clip is the best.
Manu's new sound.
And they do actually use that method in tournaments now.
Really?
Yeah, I did see that's becoming more popular, but
Yeah.
I just don't understand how it's like such a big thing. I'm like, well, that doesn't seem right.
It messes with the purity of the game.
Can we roll back to the comparing
against the
yourself to
unwritten
Escher
rules.
thing, though? Because, like,
Yes.
I mean, I want to say, like, when you're playing at a certain level, you need to be okay with being compared to the best people in the world because they're your peers, even
Right.
if you're not scoring with them. The fact that you're hanging out with Escher and you're training together and practicing, Escher is one of your peers, and it's okay to have peers that are way more talented than you. In fact, it means you've made good life choices. Like, there's a saying that I like a lot. If you're the smartest guy in the room, you're in the wrong room.
I
You're
do like
surrounding
that.
yourself with talented people, and you're improving. And I think that's worth celebrating, not something where it's like, oh, don't even think about it. I don't know.
George, let me reiterate that I was totally kidding. Because you seemed like you were stunned when I said it, and I didn't get the laughter I was hoping for.
No.
Totally
It was
mean it
there.
as a joke, because you're a way better player than most people I know, and better than me. So,
No. I wasn't stunned. I'm
you
totally good
just look
with
so
that.
hurt, you're like, oh.
Did I look hurt? Oh my gosh.
Like, don't compare yourself to Escher. It just means, like, Joe's point was really good. And my point was just, like, yeah, it is great to have the peers, to have your peers that are on that level so that, everything that Joe just said. But it's, like, at the same time, recognize that, like, you don't need to compare yourself to other people in terms of, like, you're having fun. That's the point. You're having fun. You're doing well. I mean, like, I don't feel the need to, like, I don't see why you should compare yourself to other people, I guess.
And maybe the breakdown here, like there's a difference between competing with other people and comparing. Like, I can be compared to people who are way more successful than me, and I'm fine with it because I know that we're not competing. We're both trying to be excellent in our field in different ways, and you know what I mean? Like, it's like, well, that person makes, like, way more money than you. And it's like, that's fine. We're doing our own thing, and we're both getting along well, and that's cool,
Is that why you want to operate cranes? Just
I can't hack it on YouTube, Tracy. You see that?
Monty
I think
says,
I'd like to have a mastery of segues.
Okay.
Like the
Oh,
thing
was that a
Weird
joke?
Al has in White and Nerdy, or you just want to be better at transitioning between topics because you want me to be done talking?
Honestly,
I thought that joke would go over better.
I thought it was a pretty good joke.
I thought it was
Where'd
great.
it go? You're
Just
just
being playfully indignant. I wasn't actually upset. I thought you were doing a really good job of shutting that down.
funny like a clown or funny like a funny how? Sorry.
Manu says, George, man up. I play at Free Gold Watch. There are 5-year-olds that are top 100 IFPA there. And then he says, Manu up.
Yeah, Manu up.
Hey, Manu up needs to be like a shirt
Yes.
that we can use our channel points for, because I have way too many channel points on MP3K.
Is it that you already have MPT3K swag? Because I think he has swag available, right?
I do.
I've got the mask, yeah.
Are we talking swag or are we talking swag? Because I feel like
I think more
those
merch.
might be two different
Like
things.
merch, yeah. I've got the hoodie.
Swag is the tweed.
Wait, is there a difference between swag and swag?
Not that I'm aware of, but
Yeah, swag without the CH is like stuff you get at a conference where they're like, hey, Facebook is here
We all
for
get.
Meta now, so they have like koozies that say Meta on them.
swag is like shitty weed, I believe, right? Like, is
Sure.
that what that means?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
It's just about how much swagger you have.
And pieces and sticks, stems and seeds and
Yeah, seeds and stems.
got it.
George, next question.
Next question, done. All right. What is the thing you find yourself running away from most in your dreams? And I want to start off this one because I have a great one. It's my nightmares, I feel like, are my worst nightmares are usually zombies chasing me, but it's really weird. My absolute worst dreams, and these are the most common ones, Darth Vader is a zombie chasing me for some reason. So that's my answer there.
Really get into it. Can I ask, have you ever had sleep paralysis?
I have not.
Because we talked about it recently. I was just
Yes.
wondering.
I am fairly certain I have never had sleep paralysis.
Okay. Has anyone else?
Oh God,
Is
sleep
that just
paralysis
basically
sucks.
when you're just halfway in a dream and you feel like you want to wake up and you can't?
No.
Like you're trying to fight to wake up and you see that you're laying in bed and you're just trying to get out of the dream, but you're just kind of in this state where you're struggling to get out of it.
Sleep paralysis is when you're struggling to breathe and you can't wake yourself up. You know that you're asleep, and you're just gonna sit there for a little while, and maybe wake up or maybe die. It's
Yeah,
terrible.
I don't have the problem with the breathing so much, but I have a problem where I'm half asleep and I can't get out of it. Can't get out of the dream.
I find that, like, I don't have like dreams of like running away from scary things so much as like when I'm stressed out, I have stress dreams, which like incorporates all of the very mundane things that stress me out in my daily life. And the second I fall asleep, it's like, hey, remember all those things that you hate when you're awake? Here they all are, and they're like super like, you know, condensed.
Yeah, so like for me, it's not like something I run away from, but it's like the things I have to do next. I'll have dreams that I'm working on stuff, and I'll realize at some point like something will be wrong, and I'm like, oh no, I'm dreaming, and then I'll be like, wait, that means the last 2 hours of time I spent going through this 12 hours of footage trying to find the good stuff wasn't actually logged anywhere. I'm gonna have to, when I wake up, I'm gonna have to go through the same footage that I'm dreaming about now,
Yeah.
and actually mark which clips are viable and which ones are not. And
Like-
like it's annoying.
That's what I mean, though. It's like that same type of like you're going through the same mundane, not mundane, but like the same things you
No,
would
it
be
is
doing.
Monday. You're right.
Okay, but the same things you'd be doing in real life. It's like, okay, I spent like 9 hours today working on this whatever thing that I was working on, and then I finally get home and it's like, I need a break, I need a rest, I'm gonna take a nap. And the second I fall asleep, you start dreaming of exactly what you were working on when you were awake, and it's like you don't get a break. That's like, hey, that's anxiety though, as far as I know.
I
Okay.
had this recurring dream when I was a kid where I'd just be in the middle of the day or playing outside or with friends or just doing anything, and this creepy dark train would just come flying in from nowhere, not even on tracks. And it would just come right by, and this mechanical arm would come out and just grab me, and then I would just like wake up.
Oh my god, that's
Was it
terrifying.
Wow.
a holodeck malfunction, or was that
Kept
really a
happening
dream?
a lot.
That definitely happened on the holodeck.
Really? Like
Train out
next
of
gen?
I don't think I watched whatever you're talking about. What is
Star
that
Trek.
from?
It's Star Trek.
Yeah, I've never really watched that.
Have you ever played the holodeck simulation on the Star Trek Next Gen Pinball?
Nope.
Maybe. I don't think so.
Oh, then
Suddenly, I feel
But
like
this was when I
I'm.
was a kid. This was before that pinball was around.
That sounds like really, really creepy.
Yeah, it used to scare me. I don't know.
Well,
why.
yeah, like a train
like
coming at you
trains.
off the track.
But I like trains in general, which is weird.
Well, that's probably why your brain thought of it, though.
I also really like Star Wars.
Yeah, so your brain's taking the familiar and expressing its fears and discontent through what is familiar with you.
I never had dreams that I was running from stuff. I more had dreams that I was falling. And those terrified the crap out of me. I had a
Yeah.
dream that Snow White pushed me down the well.
Oh no!
I had a dream that I fell off a cliff. I had a dream that I fell off a waterfall and into the water, but then I was playing with a mermaid and I could breathe in water.
I mean, that one's not too bad.
I did live next to train tracks when I was younger too, so maybe every night when the train was going by at like 3 in the morning, I was just in a dream state and it would trigger that dream. I don't know.
It could be. I used to have dreams like that, so when I was younger, like when I would, it's like probably TMI, but like when my parents would fight in my dream, I would start to have dreams about my parents fighting. So, yeah, you know, I think that stuff does influence you.
Sure. I think I'm the only one who has running away dreams. I think everyone else has started it by saying I don't have dreams where I'm running away, which I feel like says something about the kind of dreams I have.
No, I think it just means that we all have different things that, like, because, like,
Yeah.
Janelle was the only one that said falling dreams. So I think we all have different things that, like, stress us out and, like, trigger our anxieties and stuff like that.
I've falling. I've definitely had running. I've had a lot of stress dreams and sleep paralysis several times. So, you name it, my brain's got it. All the different types of stress dreams. There you go.
And I'm sorry.
I guess Joe Hills is stalking Manu in chat. I tried to call by accident.
Yeah, Manu's yelling at me because I switched to my cell phone audio source again so I could, like, wrap up in the kitchen for the night before bed. And apparently it sent him a call ping when I did that. Sorry.
Oh.
Maybe Manu should join the call, and then it wouldn't be a problem.
Oh man, speaking about that, no, we've got 13 minutes left. Is 13 minutes enough time for one last beer?
Yes.
Yes?
Chug, 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 chug.
Okay.
Bumper Nugget says he doesn't have nightmares, like at all. I feel like it's weird. Is that weird?
I mean, I feel like
If you
that's
feel it's weird.
good mental health, maybe. And
Yeah.
that's admirable.
I don't know. You know how mentally healthy that is.
I don't ever have chase nightmares, but I have can't reach nightmares where I'm trying to make it through mud or run and my legs just don't work. Not because I'm being chased, but because I'm trying to reach something.
Like the never-ending story.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, trying to reach Artax?
I'm trying to get Artax the hell out of the mud.
Traumatized all of our childhood.
It's weird, even in my 40s. Even in my 40s, I sometimes have these random dreams about being late for class or something, like in school. And it's like, what?
That still happens to me too. So
Isn't that weird?
that must be universal.
Yeah, and the
Yep.
weirdest thing too, because like
Yeah, I still have nightmares about like a school play
Joe,
that
your
I
volume's
couldn't remember the
super
lines
soft.
to.
Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah, your soup is off. I didn't even realize you're talking.
I got you turned up pretty high because you've been soft all night, but
Yeah.
Sorry, I switched
Heyo.
to the other headphones. My bad.
I
Not sure about
think you can adjust your output on Discord so that you can be a bit louder.
Sounds like Barry Manilow.
Wait, should I adjust his output?
No, because well maybe, but that would only affect it on the stream, not so much of the call.
Yeah, you know what? I was like 5 minutes from going to bed anyway, so rather than try to figure this out when I'm this tired, I think I'm just gonna call it a night. But yeah, this was really fun. Have a good evening, everybody. Thank you again, George, for having me.
Hey,
Joe, thank you so much for
only
hanging out.
have Sweet dreams. Only sweet dreams.
I will. They'll be Candy Crush.
Have a good night.
Is Candy Crush good? I don't think I played it. All right, night, everybody.
Night, Joe.
See you, Joe.
You know,
I didn't like chase him away. I just wanted to be able to hear him.
The other night, I what is it, like a triple layer inception dream? I was waking up. I had a dream that I was talking to a guy in the shipping department at work about a shipment I was supposed to receive or something. And then I woke up and like somebody ran into the room, and then I woke up and I was like, holy crap, that's the craziest thing. And so like I went into work and I went to find him to tell him about this crazy dream that I was having about talking to him about a shipment, and somebody had run into the room. And then I woke up again, and then I was like, okay, that's weird. I wonder if I'm going to talk to Jim about the like crazy weird dream I was having about him. And then I woke up again.
Oh my god.
did you have a fourth
Have
wake
you
up
been having a
and
really
realize?
stressed time at work lately?
Did you have a fourth wake up and realize you were in the break room at work with your head on the table?
Oh no.
I was like, oh my gosh, I just had like an Inception level experience. I mean the level, I have like increased the level of people that are my direct reports to over 100 people now, so maybe. But,
It's a little stressful.
yeah.
That sounds like stress.
Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah, definitely.
Just a bit. Because I've definitely had dreams like that, where it's like a dream within a dream within a dream, and then you eventually wake up and like you think that like something that happened in the dream is like, oh, that's awesome. Oh wait, no, that wasn't real.
Oh my God, Tracy!
With sleep paralysis, and it was pretty terrifying.
Oh my God, I can't believe you. That's somebody's cosplay.
What?
What just happened?
What is
Oh
that?
my God.
Oh no.
I
It's
can't
the-
really see it.
I need to see.
You're gonna have to click the link yourself in chat in stream. That was
Oh, I see.
horrific.
Oh my god!
That's amazing.
Oh my god!
Yeah, if you're following along and did not see that, oh my God.
Oh, I love Godfather cosplay.
Ha.
Hello, Spider Husky.
They should have just a thing of mud all the way around his neck. Like fake mud.
Yeah.
I also saw someone do that with like to decorate their plants. So they have like a little figurine and a tiny little horse there, and it's just like, you know, on the
So that you can
soil.
immortalize that moment every morning when
exactly.
you wake up.
That's quite the choice.
Aw, Artex is dead. Awesome.
Just to
Hi,
show you,
Spyro the Husky.
If you don't want your plants to die, like, water them. George, the way you jumped back, I thought somebody walked into your place. Like,
It devastating. Like that destroyed me as a kid. Neverending Story is one of those films I've probably seen 30 times, and I was way too young the first time I saw it.
I'm sure they get
Give
nightmares
into
as
the
well.
sadness of your gardening.
I think I was too, which is probably I've probably never watched it again since.
Yeah.
See, that wasn't the only part that scared me. It was also the part with the giant figures that he has to cross,
yeah.
and he like shoot lasers.
Oh my God, the
I don't know why that,
Sphinxes?
like,
Yeah.
terrified me.
oh, and the werewolf in the cave? Or the
I don't
wolf
even
in the
remember a war.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert on a movie that's as old as all of us.
Oh wait, was that a Never-Ending Story 2 with Jonathan Brandis?
No, Neverending Story 1 is about, so they're fighting the Nothing, but at the same time he's being
Right.
chased by the wolf. The wolf is called the Murg or Marg or something like that. It has a really weird name.
Oh, I'm
They
on
don't have
Google.
weird names. Atreyu, Artax. Are you kidding me?
Atreyu was the name of like a
That's in
band
Dune.
in like the early 2000s too.
That's in Dune.
Like Gamork?
Yeah.
The Atreyu.
Gamork?
Well, then
G-M-O-R-K.
at the end, he yells out the name of the princess, which is
Gamork. Okay, Mr. Buzzo, thank you.
Here's a
Yeah, you
spoiler
needed to
alert.
speak her name and you never knew her.
Here's a
The
spoiler
childlike
alert.
empress?
The one oh go ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
The movie I was way too young for when I saw it was Event Horizon. I don't know. Yeah.
Oh,
I was
I
a
love that
child.
movie.
I was a child when I watched that movie.
You
And
mean
it-
the documentary of our future?
I can see that.
wait, are we talking about the same movie? Like
No, Event
Hold on.
Horizon is about a ship that folds space-time.
Yeah.
And it folds
There's a lot of
space-time and
blood.
It's a Dustin Hoffman movie, right?
There is some
No.
of that.
that's
With Sam Neill.
That's Sphere.
Sam Neill, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
And there's a lot of
Sphere.
blood, is what I recall from that. But that was the movie that I saw way too young, and it's
Got
stuck
Lawrence
with me my
Fishburne.
whole life.
Yep, Lawrence Fishburne.
We
I had
in
that
the theater
same
when I worked.
experience, Sammy, at 4 watching The Shining.
It's not a movie for a
4?
4-year-old.
Correct.
I was 5 when I saw Thriller. And I was terrified, but I was also excited.
Wait a second, don't you is it one of your primary jobs to dance?
But she wasn't dancing at 3 years old.
I'm just saying, like, it.
Oh, not with that attitude.
That's true. They do get the kids dancing in these days.
I'm just saying, like, if you've ever seen Thriller, it's freaking terrifying.
I mean, yes, at that age, absolutely, I get it.
I mean, Michael Jackson at a young age seems extremely terrifying. That is very correct.
It's
Are you a werewolfist?
still pretty scary. It's like zombies and werewolves. With giant yellow eyes.
And Vincent Price.
Yeah, you know what? I did the Thriller dance this year, and I dressed as Freddie Mercury from his "I Want to Break Free" video.
Makes sense?
Yeah. So I dressed as my kid was so proud. He was like, "Mom, you're dressed as a man, dressed as a woman." I was like, "I am."
Meta.
Super meta.
Meta squared.
See, when I was young, Ghostbusters 2 scared the crap out of me, like the ooze that came out of the bathtub. And also, The Wall scared me when I was a kid, like the kids being turned into like ground meat and stuff, like that terrified me.
Yeah.
I was scared of like weird shit.
Legal.
I don't know that that's really.
I'm starting to really not like all of these when I was a kid, movies when I was not a kid anymore, stories. I'm feeling very old.
When I was 9, I was visiting relatives in Canada, and my cousins were babysitting me, and they decided they wanted to go to the drive-in to see Halloween 2, and I had to sit through Halloween 2 in a dark drive-in, and I knew zero French, so it was quite confusing, but also scary.
Sorry, why do you need to know French for Halloween 2?
I was in Canada.
Oh, okay.
The whole movie was in French.
Oh, so were you in Quebec?
Yes.
Okay,
Quebec.
checks out.
Have you seen the American version of it? Like, does the French version seem way scarier?
I did see it eventually, yeah. But when I was 9, it was quite a bit more scary.
I'm gonna blame the French on that one.
I have not seen it again in French to compare, but I think I was probably hiding my face a lot, just like.
kind of. I really like foreign movies. Was there at least subtitles while you were watching it?
No.
Nothing. Okay.
It's a drive-in. It's a drive-in theater. It's like a regular
yeah.
film. It's a. Yeah.
Oh, somehow
Mr.
I
Rage-
did not complete Sanctuary.
Mr. Rage Quit 8 says, I was 10 and saw Nightmare on Elm Street. Not a great combination of age and movie.
Nope.
Oh yeah,
That's a.
I remember being
No, that
roughly
sounds
that
about right.
age, like a little younger than that probably, and this was in the 90s, I think, and it was it was a Goosebumps episode about it's like these like ghost pirates that would come out of the water because somebody stole their treasure. And I lived like right by Lake Tahoe at that time, and I don't think I slept for like 3 days after that.
Said Pirates of the Caribbean?
Not Pirates of the Caribbean, no. It was
Okay.
Goosebumps, which was a
Nightmare on
kids'
Elm Street
series.
came out in 1984, by the way.
Really?
Yeah. How about that?
Yeah, that's.
I have a question.
Okay.
What is everybody's go-to appetizer at a Chinese restaurant?
Oh gosh, pot stickers.
Yes! Yes!
Is that
I mean, I
like,
agree.
Like a
What that
dumpling?
means.
That's like a
Not
Chinese
just-
dumpling?
No, it's just,
Go ahead.
well, go ahead.
It's a dumpling that is also lightly
Candalis.
browned.
Yeah, lightly fried,
Fried?
but not like in a, not like in a deep fried kind of way. But it's not like in a liquid. Like it comes with a dipping sauce, but it's like a dumpling. Yeah.
It's not steamed. It's got the slightest bit of crunch if it's done well.
If it's done well, yeah.
Okay. I think mine is probably chicken teriyaki.
Wait, as an
Is it
appetizer?
Yeah.
That's an
On a stick?
entree.
But
Oh,
yeah, that's.
okay. Skewers. Okay, got it.
Got it. Okay.
I don't know. What do you call them where you live?
Something with skewers. I would tell you.
Chicken teriyaki on a stick? Sorry.
No, on a stick. It'd be like what's the word? Kebabs or something
A
like that.
kebab.
That's a like an Indian word or like Turkish word. It's like
Yeah, but
I've
I mean
never
it's the
heard
same
kebab in
concept.
any of the Chinese restaurants. Right, but here it's just called chicken teriyaki or beef teriyaki.
Well, so here, when I say here, I'm in like an extremely remote, rural part of Northern California. But like chicken teriyaki or teriyaki, whatever, is usually like a bowl
Oh, okay.
of rice and some kind of meat teriyaki. So teriyaki skewers.
I should
are
say
part of-
teriyaki chicken. Would that be better?
Yeah, but that would be for me. That would be a bowl in my mind.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Buzo says teriyaki skewers are part of a poo-poo platter. I still win.
Yep, that's right.
Also-
Yep.
Skewers is a good word.
Candalis throws out wonton soup as an appetizer. I've definitely had that as an appetizer.
Not bad, actually, with good wontons.
Nobody mentioned crab rangoons.
I think that's probably a close second for me now. I don't know.
Sorry. There's a sports internet meme about crab rangoon, and I'm not going to go there, but...
There's
now
so
we
much
all have to know what it
curiosity
is.
at this
No,
point.
it would take longer to explain, and it wouldn't even be funny to anybody that doesn't understand the reference. So it's not worth it.
That's all right. I'm asking Lord Google. Let's
Yeah,
see.
crab
Steven is
rangoon
the
baseball.
crab rangoon.
I have an
Yeah, I'm
idea.
not going to. But I did Google Gamork, and apparently that's the same person who voiced Warpath and Transformers, and is the voice of Skeletor. Did you know that? I just learned that.
Oh wow!
Oh yeah, that dude.
I did not know that it was the same guy who voiced all those different people.
But I'm not looking up Crab Rangoon.
Oh my
I'm
god.
afraid of what I'll
Extremely
find.
niche meme, and so I'm sorry. It made me laugh, but like trying to explain it is like it's not worth it because it doesn't make sense.
The side effect is every one of those images look unbelievably delicious at this point.
Oh, you're just looking at crab rangoon. Then yes, enjoy that.
Yeah.
I haven't had good Chinese in a long time. I have not been able to find good Chinese in this area. So.
We have like I said, we're very remote, rural part of Northern California. We have a Chinese restaurant here in town that is phenomenal, like Szechuan leaning, and it's really, really, really great. But the owner of that restaurant was my landlord for a long time, and he was an absolute slumlord and the absolute worst human being. But the restaurant is great. It's the only place in like within an hour that I can get decent Chinese food, and it's like, do I want to give this man money? No, but do I want good Chinese food? Yes, and it's been a constant trouble ever since.
Huh? Yeah, that seems like a hard struggle to me. Like if it was really good food, I would really struggle.
Well, we don't live there anymore. We bought a place, but before that, like he was like dragging our name because like he wanted us to move out in the middle of a pandemic, but he couldn't evict us because there was a pandemic and we hadn't done anything wrong. And so he's just apparently been just dragging our names, and yeah, he was awful, absolutely the worst. But the food is so good. It's a struggle.
Try to Tilt Pinball, thank you so much for that raid and bringing 3 beautiful people over here. My hat's off to you. Welcome if you're just joining us. We are playing Guardians of the Galaxy horribly. We have a number of people in chat with us. We have Dance Panda, Surreal, iSkidoo, Sammy Higgins, and Tracy from Outer Spacey. So if you have questions...
At the computer like you can see me.
Yeah. Everyone's waving right now. Try to Tilt, how was your stream? And what did you stream this evening?
And did you actually tilt?
And did you try to tilt?
Did you try to tilt?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I
no
can guarantee that they at least tried. I mean, that's definitely in their name. But did
Whoa.
you succeed? That's the true question here.
Bumper Nugget is talking about a crab rangoon pizza.
I was
That's
just
the
reading that
best it's had.
same thing. Crab Rangoon
Sounds
pizza.
Sounds weird, but amazing.
Well, I am going to head out, so I'm going to say my goodbyes.
Good night,
Tracy,
And,
have a great
have a
night.
Good evening.
Good to
No,
see
you.
tonight.
No, you guys. Good evening.
Thank you so much for hanging out.
Thank you.
Only have good dreams tonight.
She's already gone. Is it too late or too soon to ask a spoilery question about Endgame?
About no. Wait a second.
I feel like it's been a couple of years, right?
It has. It's been a few years, right?
So Gamora, did she come back when they undid the snap? She didn't, right?
No, she did not.
Ooh, okay.
And neither
That is-
did, Scarlet.
Yeah, that bothered me, but I'm not gonna get into that.
Yeah, it was good. No Mora.
For real.
And
I'll see myself out.
Tony Stark is.
Spoiler alert. If you haven't seen the movie in the last 2 years.
I mean, I did ask before I asked the question.
That's right.
Yeah, no. Yeah, fair.
I think it was super fair. It's been out for a while.
What about that Batman? I watched that just before I started the stream. Let me tell you about that. Just kidding.
I have not seen it.
I'm still struggling with the concept of Robert Pattinson as Batman, because the only thing I've really ever seen him in is Twilight, and nobody was good in Twilight.
You
I
didn't
never
see
saw
him in Harry
Twilight.
Potter?
Oh,
So I
that's
don't
true.
count
I
that
didn't see,
back.
but he wasn't good in Harry Potter either. I mean, he was young and not good.
Finally, Batman sparkles.
Batman what?
Sparkles.
Sparkles. Jesus, surreal.
When you said Batman sparkles, I heard that to the tune of Lightning Crashes by R.E.M.
Batman sparkles. In his eye.
Having said that out loud, I feel like this is a product that needs to exist. The Batman sparkles.
Bumper Nugget, get on it. One of the parody songs.
Wait a second. What was the song that Bumper Nugget was trying to make happen about rustling leaves?
Breaking leaves.
No, but I don't remember. It was Bumper Nugget. What's the? Come on, give us the lyrics. What are the lyrics to the?
He only rakes leaves. I want to rake leaves.
There we go. I want to rake leaves. That's what it is.
I want to rake leaves.
Well, it's great. It's a good time. And also, I just saw.
Oh, she saw that already? Dang.
Oh, wow. Somebody else was talking about that movie today, too.
I saw the previews the other day, and I saw Key on an interview with Jimmy Kimmel, I think, and they were talking about the movie and him coming back into acting, and it looks really good from the previews, but I didn't even know it was out yet.
Well, and
Sorry, which movie?
Stewart, oh, go ahead.
Everything, Everywhere, All at Once.
I feel like Kristen Stewart got a really bad rap after Twilight because the material was not good, and so she came across like very one-dimensional. And she's actually a really good actress, and so I feel like I should probably extend the same grace to Robert Pattinson, who I feel like had the same problem.
The Lighthouse was pretty amazing. So, yeah.
It's almost 3 hours, too, the Batman.
Really?
There's a lot of Batman. It's almost too much Batman, in my opinion.
2 hours and 56 minutes or something like that.
But it's a dark Batman with like tones of Saw and
How
also
is that different than The Dark Knight, though?
there was no Saw tones to The Dark Knight.
Wasn't there? The fairy.
Sorry, the what?
The fairy in The Dark Knight.
Like the
How is that not like Saw? Like the thing that the Joker put them up against on the ferry. How is that not similar to Saw? Like it's the same vibe.
I don't remember the ferry that you speak of in Dark Knight.
There's a ferry full of like citizens, and there's a ferry full of prisoners, and they say, and the Joker tells each ferry that they have to either choose to blow up the other ferry, or the other ferry is going to choose to blow them up.
Oh,
and,
right.
The normal people are like, or the non-prisoners are like, well, we better blow them up because obviously they're going to blow us up, and then the prisoners are like, well, we're not going to do that. And so, but yeah, I'm just saying, like, I got all of those vibes from The Dark Knight. I don't feel like I need those again. You know what I mean?
You're absolutely right. It is, and granted, The Dark Knight is like maybe one of the best superhero movies of all time. So it's kind of hard to compete with that one. Still, the Batman was really enjoyable.
Yes, I struggle, and maybe this is just me getting older, and I'm younger than you, obviously, but like, I struggle with seeing these franchises.
Oh my God, you're obviously younger than me?
No,
is it that bad?
We've talked about this before. I don't mean that in like an okay, sorry. Phrasing. I'm just saying, like, I struggle with seeing these franchises redone in cycles every few years. It's like, we've done this already. Why do we come up with something new?
Because people watch them and they make a lot of money.
Yeah.
And marketing nostalgia. On that note, guys, I am off to bed. It's almost 1, so I have got to work tomorrow. So
Night here.
Sleep
Cool.
well and have good dreams.
Well,
Have a good
Dance
night.
Panda, have a great night.
good to talk to you.
Inception dreams.
Yeah, no.
I'll
No
try.
stress.
Keep it simple. Keep it simple.
Yeah, just looking at old princesses trying to sabotage my future. Yeah. Anyways.
Dance Panda, thank you so much for hanging out.
Chinese food. Pretty good.
Bye.
Okay.
All right, this is the last game, by the way.
Speaking of
I'm pretty sure you said that about
future,
30 minutes ago.
No, this is the real last game.
Slow Flood just followed. Welcome in.
Hey, Slow Flood, thank you so much. My hat's off to you. Thank you for joining us. All right, what do we...
Hear you say it and then watch you do it like 5 seconds later on the stream.
I'm still adjusting to the lag as well.
I think
no.
that's what caused all of George's issues earlier. He was trying to create a virtual camera for us to watch in
Yep.
Discord.
I was trying to stream from
and
the
the
future.
computer just did not like it, and then the computer could not get out of it.
Time always wins.
Yeah, I really do think that was the issue.
It seems like it because once you restarted, like after that was brought up, that seemed to solve all the problems, which is good.
Yep. What do I need to hit? Left ramp.
We just
Oh,
had
no.
to go through, the flow chart on the tech support list. Is it plugged in? Did you turn the power on? And once we got to that section, it all worked out.
Sorry, hold on.
Darn it.
Okay,
There we
I'm
go.
back. Sorry.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
All right, 2 shots left on this one.
I believe in
You
you.
can do it.
I'm sorry?
He said you could do it. I said I believe in you.
Oh my god, no, don't do that.
Oh no. Okay. I don't know how to not be positive. Goes through.
Ta-da.
There we go. that was perfect.
I know. I just caught up on the stream.
Yeah, we
You
get
guys-
this about 5 or 6 seconds later.
I was
Yep.
trying to be positive.
No, so positive. Thank you guys so much. Also, so tonight with us right now is iSkiDoo, Sammy Higgins, and Surreal_7. I need to do some shout outs here. Exclamation point SO Surreal_7.
Doing it.
Okay, you got it. SO Sammy Higgins. SO Ha! We're just doubling up. No, that's
Doubles.
fine. Yep. I think I did that right. Yes, I did. Boom. Did you just shout me out?
Yeah.
Nicely done. Nicely done. So,
Thorough.
if you're hanging out tonight, please give each one of these wonderful people a follow. Click the name, click the follow button. You will not be disappointed. Awesome content creators here on Twitch and wonderful chattinists, something. I can't think of the appropriate word, but people who can talk and make talk enjoyable.
Conversationist?
Conversationalists. There we go. That's the appropriate word. Yes.
Equestrians, I think, is the word.
Equestrians. Yes.
Now we can all ride horses.
Linguists.
Yeah, all of those things. So, by the way, iSkiDoo, thank you so much for the bits. Also, you can see all the lights in here change to green. That's one of the cool new things I did tonight. That made it super fun. Chat Panions. There we go. Bumper Nugget. Thank you for being with me on that. I was gonna make something happen. I was gonna get there, and it just. I knew the ending I wanted to get to. I knew the location I wanted to get to, but not the ending on how to get there. Chat Panions is exactly what I think we needed. So thank you each for joining us. We also had Dance Panda, Tracy from Outer Spacey, and Joe Hills on earlier as well. So make sure to follow each of them. If I can get Dance Panda to start doing a dance class on Twitch at some point in the future, I'm going to make that
Yes.
happen. Yeah.
I will help you
I'm
with
in.
that. I will help you
Okay.
with that endeavor.
Yes. So I have all the camera equipment. Like it should be really easy to get her going and do obviously schedule. Yeah. Anyway, so I gotta make some effort to try and get Dance Panda going. She's been doing
I believe in this.
classes twice a week locally, and sometimes picking up like a third or a fourth in some weeks. So I think that she could do pretty well in that. But yeah, it's just getting. It's always that first jump when you stream, right? Like, actually, all 3 of you are streamers. We just shouted everybody out. Like, there was that weird time period in streaming where, like, you thought about streaming and maybe not, and you're like, well, I gotta have the right equipment maybe, or it seemed like everyone always has this, like, hang up to stop themselves from streaming. And it's always, from my perspective...
Has she not streamed at all?
Never. Has never streamed.
Okay.
But even if
I
it's
feel
not...
like I'm still in that era.
But the thing is
Surreal,
she's
you
got
stream-
the passion for this. Like, it's something that she's already separately passionate about. I think that it would translate, like, super easily if she was comfortable with it. If she's not comfortable with it, that's totally understandable.
And even if it's not Dance Panda, in general, if you're interested in streaming, I feel... So I've talked to so many different people about streaming in general, and I feel like there's this weird... And I'm not sure if you guys ever experienced it, but this, like, rather than streaming, you're going to try and get better equipment, or you're going to try and dial it in because you want a certain quality level or something like that. And everyone I've ever spoke to, my advice is always the same: just do it.
Yeah.
With whatever cameras you have.
With, like,
Go ahead.
people like myself that are, like, neurodivergent, you kind of hyperfixate on those things, like the quality of the equipment that I have and all of the, like, different things that are not actually doing the thing that you want to do. So I think that, like, once you actually start doing it, yeah, that's the big barrier.
Yeah. That's it is just getting out there and doing your first live episode. Or even if not live, like I streamed to, I just recorded locally and posted things to YouTube, but I spoke to the camera for like 3 to 6 months beforehand. Just doing it, like actually doing it is such a huge major step forward. And then doing it live is yet another one. And it doesn't have to be the best of the best of the best. Just get out there and have fun with it. So
I think afterwards, remembering that everybody, nobody's going to remember the bad things that happened, and everybody's going to remember the fun.
Yes, exactly.
And that's why you do it.
Yeah. And Mr. Buzzo, will I be interesting? Is my gear good enough? Do I have on clean underwear? Exactly. Game Club Central, welcome to the stream.
Some of those things are optional.
You don't have to have clean. No one knows it. No, I'm not saying that. George said he tells people just do it. That's the Nike thing. And
let's try not to get, like, shut down from major corporations.
exactly. Yeah. Let's not do that. Sorry. So taking back the just do it, you should go out there and give it a go. There we go.
Let's get it on.
Perfect.
You guys have a great night. Thank you again so much for hanging out. And we'll be back on tomorrow. We have Escher in the house tomorrow. We got Godzilla back in the house. So tomorrow is going to be 0.93 code with Escher. Hopefully we'll get to see all of the cool new things on Godzilla. See you guys tomorrow.
Night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, George.
Have you been inundated with ads and questions related to TPN's now famous homemade pinball pudding line of puddings? Questions like,
TPN's pinball pudding is so good, it must be illegal, right?
What the fuck is pinball pudding?
How can a collection of content creators also be a pudding? That makes no sense.
and we hear you. You want to know what makes TPN so special? The answer is in TPN's secret ingredient. Simply proof. Other puddings may say they have it too, but watch as they're unable to back those statements up.
Well, I'm not a crook.
Do we have evidence of that?
It might be a tumor.
It's not a tumor.
Evidence? Evidence?
Richard, do I have a mark on my face? Right here. Not here or here so much, but right here.
That's evidence.
We built this city on rock and roll.
Again, request for more evidence.
You can't handle the truth.
Do we have evidence of that?
Nobody makes me bleed my own blood. Nobody.
Evidence?
SOT TDI clean diesel with up to 814 highway miles per tank.
Do we have evidence of that? Evidence?
Isn't it time you gave TPN's famous homemade pinball pudding line of puddings a try? And check your local retailers for these amazing original and fantastic new flavors from TPN's famous homemade pinball pudding line of puddings.